But the world isn't the place that we want it to be, as we sit in our towers made of ivory. So many aren't as lucky as you and as me, and we talk about making poverty history. You know, talking the talk gets fuck all done. We don't walk the walk, but we pretend that we run. We just stand still, hoping solutions will come, and more of Bob's concerts that prove more than just fun. And this rhyme, I'm sure, it won't do a bit to nourish the poor as I write, as I sit. You know, I want to do more, you believe this shit, but we need help from the core of our leadership. The newspapers we're reading tell of famine and war. Do we know the true meaning of what it is to be poor? So I'm getting the feeling we don't know for sure. We're constantly feeding, we have water to pour. You know, waiting for solutions is like watching skunks grow. If the government's on it, they're on it too slow. How many Africans should perish before we can know? When waiting for solutions is like watching skunk grow. So I put the boot upon the other foot. Would be interesting to take a look at myself if my luxuries were took away from me and my life was shook. Could I support my life? Would I stay alive? Would my faith survive if there was nothing but strife? Would I excel or crumble? Do well or stumble? Be of help or just grumble? Would it be hell living humble? I don't know if I could cope. Well, who can tell? My whole family had AIDS and myself as well. There was a 4-mile walk to a water well for water that's dirty and murky and smells. If our kids were dying before the age of 5, there was not enough food for us all to survive. No education for our brains to thrive, and no medication to keep us alive. You know, waiting for solutions is like watching paint dry. We're waiting and waiting whilst Africa cries. How many people must we watch die when waiting for solutions is like watching paint dry? If I think that I'm poor, so I use day centres for grub, and tend to ignore what I spend on booze and drugs, and moan about benefits not being enough, and blame the whole world for me sleeping rough, I suppose I'm thinking a little off key, that victim mentality of poor little me. You know, you can't be poor living in this country. The difference defined in a word is opportunity. We at least have the chance to make good of ourselves, and we now have a chance to help everyone else. We know Africa's fucked, we've heard alarm bells, so it's time to stop stacking their problems on shelves. It's time to let our leaders see what's wanted by you and wanted by me. We say we want to make poverty history, but do nothing to make history of poverty. You know, waiting for solutions is like watching skunk grow. If the government's on it, they're on it too slow. How many Africans should perish before we can know? When waiting for solutions is like watching skunk grow. Slap another one up there, brother, will ya?
Nice one. Nice one, man. That was well good.